You know that feeling when a drama looks so good on paper, you're basically pre-writing your 5-star review before the first episode even drops? Yeah. That was Love and Contract. First off, we had Park Min-young, the undisputed rom-com queen. Like, if Kdrama Land had a Hall of Fame, she'd have her own wing. This woman has been carrying the romantic comedy genre on her back for years, with high heels on, no less. If she's in it, you know exactly what you're signing up for: office flirting, secret glances, swoony slow-motion moments, and a poor guy falling head over heels after, like, 2 polite smiles. Then you throw and go Kyung, Mr. Reliable aka awkward but hot, aka the guy your mom would actually approve of. Fresh off a career full of dramas where he somehow made being socially inept look adorable. Solid casting. No complaints. Would absolutely trust him with my houseplants and my heart. And the concept? Absolute chef's kiss. A woman who literally rents herself out to play the fake wife for lonely guys. The potential for chaos, heartache, and hilarious misunderstandings was basically printing money. Everything, and I mean everything, was lined up for a rom-com slam dunk. The cast? Perfect. The idea? So easy you could explain it in one elevator ride. The hype? Off the charts. I was already planning my rewatch schedule. What could possibly go wrong? Spoiler alert, a lot. So, here's the thing. Love and Contract had all the right ingredients, but somewhere along the way, somebody seriously messed up the recipe. Like, how do you take butter, sugar, and chocolate and somehow end up with dry toast? Make it make sense. First up, the pacing. You ever bite into a cake that looks gorgeous, all frosted and fancy, but somehow tastes like plain bread? Yeah. That's exactly what watching this drama felt like. Every episode looked like it was going somewhere. But half the time, it just circled the block and parked itself back in vibes but no plot. Instead of showering us with hilarious fake marriage chaos, sizzling glances, and wildly inappropriate falling for the client moments, the show slowed way down. Like grandma crossing the street without her walker slow. And suddenly we were neck deep in serious business. Therapy sessions, existential dread, and main characters staring out windows like they're auditioning for a sad indie film. Which, don't get me wrong, can totally work in the right drama. My Mr. Stans, rise up. But when you promise me chaotic rom-com energy and deliver deep emotional malaise? Yeah, no. That's not why I showed up with popcorn and a rom-com heart. And don't even get me started on the love triangle. Normally in a good triangle, you're supposed to be physically in pain choosing between the leads, right? Screaming, throwing things, bargaining with God? Here, it was more like, oh, he's nice, I guess. Anyway, who's texting me? And the real heartbreak? Even with two absolute heavyweights like Park Min-young and Go Kyung, the chemistry just wasn't there. It wasn't forbidden longing or I hate you but I crave you energy. It was giving polite acquaintanceship. Like two coworkers politely nodding over the water cooler. Not two gorgeous people literally pretending to be married and failing miserably at hiding their feelings. Which, frankly, should have been printing gold. In the end, Love and Contract wasn't bad. It was just safe. Way too safe. And in the chaotic, emotional roller coaster world of K-rom-coms? Safe equals forgettable. Harsh but true. Nobody hated Love and Contract. It's not like it pulled a full cheese in the trap ending and lit a fan war on fire. Most people just kind of sighed and said, yeah, it's fine. Which, if you know K-rom-coms, is basically the kiss of death. R.I.P. Buzz. You had so much potential. It's like ordering jjajangmyeon because you're starving. And when it shows up, it's cold, half empty, and somehow tastes like regret and broken dreams. Technically edible? Sure. Emotionally? You're filing a lawsuit and leaving a 1-star Yelp review. The thing is, K-drama fans aren't new here. We have suffered and thrived through peak romance. We watched Crash Landing on You turn a random paragliding accident into soulmates for life. We saw Business Proposal make a fake blind date feel hotter than 99% of real relationships. We know what actual chemistry looks like. We know when sparks are supposed to fly. And here? It felt like someone was waving around a sad, damp lighter. Every once in a while you'd think, oh, is this it? But no. Just a tiny spark, and then nothing. And let's be real, this was not Park Min-young's fault. This woman once carried an entire rom-com, her private life, by flirting with the literal air molecules. Queen behavior. And when Marry My Husband dropped and immediately took over every social media platform in existence, it was crystal clear. The problem wasn't her. The problem was that Love and Contract was like that one friend who says, "Hey, let's have a wild, fun party," and then somehow spends 3 hours crying about their ex while everyone else tries to sneak out quietly. Yeah. Not the vibe we signed up for. Alright, so what can we learn from Love and Contract gently face-planting into mediocrity? Lesson 1. Star power isn't a magic wand. You can have Park Min-young, Go Kyung-pyo, Kim Jae-young, and a spicy setup like Professional Marriages for Hire. But if you don't know what to do with all that goodness, you're basically holding Excalibur and using it to butter toast. Congratulations. You just made history's saddest sandwich. Lesson 2. Momentum is everything. Rom-coms live and die on pacing. If your couple spends 8 episodes exchanging polite nods like they're standing in line at the DMV, your audience is gonna mentally check out, and probably start binge-watching Strong Woman Do Bonsoon again because at least something is happening over there. Lesson 3. If you sell high concept, deliver high concept. When you promise professional fake wives for hire, we expect chaos. We expect lies stacking on top of lies like an unhinged game of Jenga. We do not expect 2 sad people having emotional breakthroughs in a cafe at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday. We didn't sign up for free therapy drama. We signed up for contract marriage shenanigans. Keyword, shenanigans. Bottom line. If you forget to have fun, the audience will forget you exist. No matter how many ridiculously attractive people you cast. In the K-drama world, if you're not flying sparks, you're basically standing there holding a sad, wet sparkler. And wondering why no one's clapping. Spoiler, it's because they already left the party. Love and Contract had the dream team, the cute setup, the runway cleared for takeoff, and then somehow tripped over its own shoelaces before it even left the ground. In the end, it wasn't a disaster. It was just that worst kind of K-drama fate, forgettable. And in a world where one plane crash gave us Crash Landing on You, and one drunk text gave us another Miss O, being forgettable is the real tragedy.